welcome to my dance class, dance social evening warm-up. Hopefully we're going to spend about 10 minutes just getting the whole body mobilised. I've taught this recently at the beginning of a weekend of workshops and social dancing, and it's a really amazing way to just wake up your body, get yourself all prepared for your classes and help you to feel great and get the best out of those classes. We actually started with massaging the feet, so before you even put your dance shoes on, once you get to the venue where you're going, sit on a chair or maybe on the floor and just get those thumbs kneading all around your toes, underneath the ball of your foot, move everything around, spend a couple of minutes on each foot and it will make the world of difference to how that feels. So no point in me videoing that because you can work that out for yourself. And then we're just going to take some reaches up to start with. So reaching up to the ceiling, all the way up to the ceiling, lifting everything up. We're trying to lengthen the spine. I'm just bending my knees. Hopefully you can see my hands there. I'm doing my rainforest fingers. So we're going to reach up to the ceiling, look up to the ceiling, get those fingers moving like they're tarantulas. And you're going to close your eyes, maybe watch me for the first one, and you're slowly lowering your hands, lowering your arms, bringing your elbows into your side, till your hands are level with your face, and then you're going to let the hands continue to go towards the floor, so lengthening the arms. Then we're going to take the chin onto the chest and take a really nice mobilising roll down. Once you get to the floor, if you can reach the floor, don't worry if you can't, nod the head, shake the head, wiggle the shoulders around, and then we're going to roll back up, unravelling through the spine. I'm going to do that with you, so hopefully you're joining in with me now. But look, I'm going to go to the side so you can just see what's going on with that roll down. So looking up, close your eyes, get the fingers going. This is to heighten your proprioception, your body awareness, where your body is in space, which is really handy when you're dancing, especially when you're on a busy social floor. So I'm going to let those arms lengthen towards the floor. I'm keeping my fingers going. Chin is on the chest. I'm rounding the spine, keeping my pelvis in neutral. The arms hang forwards. I'm mobilising the spine. It should feel quite nice. As soon as you need to, bend the knees, soften the knees. Once you reach the floor, or once you reach as far as you're comfortable, nod the head, shake the head, roll the shoulders around a little bit. I'm going to transfer my weight from one side to the other slightly. And then let's roll back up, tucking under with that pelvis, pushing the pubic bone forwards, unravelling the spine, forgot my fingers that time, all the way up to the top. Perfect. So maybe you could do a couple more of those if you wanted to. And then let's get our whole body moving and circling. But before we do that, actually, sorry, let's start with the shoulders. Shoulder rolls. Double shoulder rolls going backwards, just 4 or 5. Double shoulder rolls going forwards. Single shoulder rolls with a nice twist in the upper body. Breathing quite deeply as you do this, not setting the breathing and then coming forwards, noticing where you're feeling the stretch, hopefully all around the rib cage, front and back. Popping the hands on the shoulders to bring the elbows forwards and then open the elbows, or pin the elbows back, opening the chest up. So bring the elbows forwards. So my rib cage is the bit I'm focusing on now, shifting that rib cage forwards and backwards. And then let's reach from side to side, now trying to take the rib cage from side to side. Warming up for rib cage circles. 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 in each direction. When I do the ribs, I tend to pop my hands on my hips so that I can sort of stabilise and you've got something to push against. You can have your hands out in front, going in the opposite direction. Might give you a little bit more of a stretch there. Then I'm going to put my hands on my ribs and circle the hips around as much as possible. Just trying to get everything warmed up and taking it out of our everyday, almost forwards and backwards movement pattern that we get a little bit stuck in. Especially when we're going to be dancing, when we're learning moves, when we're doing repeating moves, whichever form of dance it is really, whether you're going to be doing some ballet or West Coast swing or salsa, Argentine tango, all of this warm-up just applies because we're warming up the body for preparation for all of that stuff. Let's bring the feet and knees together, and I'm going to stick my bottom out and just place my fingertips on my knees. The point of that is to keep my back in its natural curves and just maintain good posture. And I'm just touching my fingertips to my knees so that I keep my knees at the same height, and now I'm circling the knees around, one direction and then the other. And you may or may not notice, and I encourage you to try and do this as much as possible, that the feet and the ankles are joining in with those circles. So I'm taking the weight onto the ball of the feet, the balls of the feet, the heels, the outside and the inside edge. Let's change direction twice more, so do 4 in each direction. Getting everything beautifully warmed up and mobilised outside of your everyday movements, which is what we're looking for. Let's stand on one leg and circle a foot at the ankle, the other foot at the ankle. Let's circle the hands at the wrists at the same time. Ideally, we're staying nice and square here with our torso, shoulders and hips facing the forwards. We're working on our one leg stand, our balance, strengthening that one leg stand balance, which is really, really important, and maintaining good posture. Let's change legs. You probably stood on your best leg first, so this one might not feel as stable. If you can, if you think of it, change the direction again. Always try and stand on your worst leg first. So the leg that you go to stand on initially without thinking about it, that will be your strongest leg. Try and stand on the other one. So ankle, circling the ankles, one leg stand, working on our balance. Couple more things to do. We're nearly done. This takes literally just a few minutes. Some nice side bends. In fact, that's a bit big. I'm going to just start by reaching my hands down the side seams of my leggings. Actually, I haven't got any side seams on these leggings, but you know what I mean. Taking the head over with you. Great. Maybe making this a little bit bigger. Elbows out to the side. Great, and then into the movement that I was doing. And this could turn into a side bend, a relax all the way down, a roll up in the middle. Side bend, stretching the side seam, bend the knees, relax all the way down, roll up in the middle if that feels good for you. One more thing on the standing is our rotation through the spine. As you do this, try and keep the head facing forwards to start with. And imagine there's a pole, which is the plumb line, going straight down through your body. It's opposite your spine. There's no change in that pole. My head is staying in the same place. I can see my head in the monitor and the screen, so what I mean is I'm not leaning away from it, I'm not transferring my weight from one leg to the other, I'm rotating around the spine, and then add on looking behind you. Just to get that extra little tweak. This is all about getting a bit more movement through the body than you normally would do, especially when we're just moving around every day. Rotation is really key. Let's do some funny walks and then we're done. So up onto the balls of the feet. If you massage your feet at the beginning, your feet should feel nice and alive. If you didn't get time to massage your feet, this will just help. And try and do it in bare feet or socks rather than in your dance shoes. Just so that you're really getting that connection with the floor. Then, so that was the balls of the feet, then onto the heels only. A little bit more awkward, steps are a bit smaller. It's going to get more awkward in a moment. Okay, on the outside edge of your feet. So we're preparing our ankles, our feet for every eventuality. Feet are quite close together. This is the sort of orangutan. And I try and pull my big toes up. And just to make it really awkward, really even more awkward and more ridiculous, but also do your thumbs up. So big toes up, thumbs up on the outside edge of your feet. It's not pretty, but when we walk normally in a moment, it's going to feel amazing. Good, last one, and this is the worst one, but actually how a lot of, if you don't look after your feet and the general alignment of the feet and the ankles and the knees and the hips, this is what happens. It's a bit more subtle than this, but this is what happens. Everything implodes. So we're on the inside edge of our feet, lifted all the other toes up, just my big toes. The knees are going to knock, the thighs are rolling in, everything sort of implodes. So you feel like you've got really bad posture. And I appreciate this might not be something that you want to do when you've gone out for a social dance just before you start dancing. But maybe if there's a quiet spot somewhere and you can do this, it will be worth it in the end, because now we're going to just stand tall and just roll through our feet, having that sense, hopefully, that you've just stretched everything, got the blood flow everywhere, all the way from top to toe, and we're walking with, if nothing else, a greater sense of awareness of your body. And hopefully that will help with your dance class or your social dance, and you will have an amazing time. Thank you very much.